Welcome to You Are Limitless, the daily podcast for those looking to transform their body, improve their mindset, and live the life they have always wanted. Learn the strategies needed to create positive emotions and consistent lifestyle habits that will allow you to kick life's ass on a daily basis. With your host, Sam Gibson, the founder of Limitless Training and Nutrition. Tune in to follow in the footsteps of over 200 people who have successfully leveled up their bodies and souls in the last 12 months. You are limitless.
Back again, You Are Limitless podcast with me, Sam Gibson. Quick one for you today. It's actually one of the most valuable information-based podcasts I've done, actually. So what I'm about to give you today is absolute fire, and you should all learn a valuable lesson. So here we go. So a client checks in with me the other day, or shall I say messages me rather, and says, look Sam, I've had a bad couple of days. I fell off plan this weekend. I'm not feeling so good, so I'm going to skip me check-in with you this week. For anyone who's wondering, what's a check-in? Basically, I have 2 days a week dedicated to all of my online coaching and lifestyle clients, to where they will send me over their progress, they'll send me over their feedback, they'll give us their weight, they'll send over their photos, they'll tell us how the week's been, basically just tell me everything what's going on, in their life, and based off that, I will analyse it and either make changes or come up with new strategies to help them progress, or I'll keep things the same, so it's a week-to-week basis we do each coaching check-in, and we change things as and when's needed. This client of mine checked in, or rather messaged me and said I won't be doing me check-in because of this and this. And I asked her, well, why is that? And she said, well, I've had a bad couple of days. I went off plan and I ate rubbish, and I don't want to check in because there's been no point. And I says, my reply was, there's every point for you to check in. I says, this is when you should be checking in with me the most. This is when you need your check-in, because I'm not just here to pat you on the back and tell you you're doing amazing when you do good things. I'm there to do that by all means. But the most valuable aspect of this coaching is me basically coming up with strategies to when you make mistakes and when you don't do things that are good, because you will learn from it. So if you've had a bad couple of days, then that's when you need to be in contact with your coach. You need to be in communication with your coach, because they'll be able to come up with strategies to help you. If you only check in or only communicate when you're doing good things, you're not going to learn, are you? It might make you feel better, because your coach is going to tell you, wow, well done, you're doing amazing. You're going to get that sense of accomplishment, and it's going to make you feel better about yourself, but have you learned from it? Not really. You've just had a pat on the back, which is great, there's nothing wrong with that, but the most important time you should be communicating with your coach is when you need help, when you've made mistakes, when you're fucked up, essentially, because that's where the valuable coaching will come in. This is where they can come up with strategies and tell you how you can get better at that, tell you how you can focus on the positives and put a positive spin on it, rather than be in a negative mindset. I fucked up, I fell off my diet, I didn't do so well, so I'm not going to communicate with you. That's the wrong way to go about it, So this is the response I gave this client, and she completely understood, and she was like, you know what, you're right. The next week, all those strategies that were put in place, the things I told her, during the check-in, what she did wrong, how she can correct that, how she can put things in place to make sure that it doesn't happen again, or at least put some kind of plan in place to limit that potential of it happening again. She checked in the next week and she was like, thanks for that, that's what I needed to hear. She was able to get back on track. She was able to learn from it through the strategies that we came up with together. So basically I'm just applying that to my coaching, but it's actually a lesson here for life, So what I'm trying to say is, when you fuck up, when you make mistakes, when you fail, when you do something wrong or do something bad, or however you want to label it, there's always a lesson in it, and there's always something to learn from it. There's always a positive spin on it. So when this client of mine checked in with me and wasn't too pleased at how their last few days had been, they were feeling a bit down, that they'd, unmotivated, disempowered, that they hadn't stuck to that plan and they fell a bit off, and all those negative emotions associated with that, which is fine, because look, we learned from it, we put things in place to make sure that she was able to come up with a plan to limit that happening again. She leveled up, she upgraded herself, she improved. Self-improvement is always there. You will always find the answer of how to improve yourself in your mistakes. So the next time you fuck up, the next time you make a mistake, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, instead of wanting to run away from it, instead of pretending it never happened, why don't you face up to it, and analyse it and see how you can learn from it? Because, like I say, your mistakes are when you truly learn. You never ever fail in life. You only fail if you give up that one time. But if you recoup, reorganise, go again, that failure will actually be the learning for you. You know, you will learn from it and you will be able to correct that thing that you fucked up on. So my question is for you today, are you facing your fuck ups? Are you facing your failures? Are you facing your mistakes? Or are you running away from them? Because if you're running away from them, you're never going to actually learn, and you're just delaying the inevitable. You're delaying the inevitable of it happening again and again and again. And what's the point in that? So always face up to your mistakes. Always ask for help of people if you make a mistake, because they might have been through it as well. They might have the answer for you, or they might be able to guide you in the right direction. But never run away from it. I'm going to repeat what I said before. You never ever fail. You either win or you learn.